Guys, this story is about a street fighter named Ohma Tokita, who dreams of becoming the strongest man in the world. This story follows his journey from a mere fighter to a hero, and the various challenges he faces along the way. Let's begin. The story starts with a beautiful set showing Tokyo, where an old man on his way home sees two men entering an alley. It looked like a good fight was about to begin, and to enjoy this, the old man quietly stops there. Guys, let me tell you beforehand, the guy in the red outfit is our main character, Ohma Tokita. The wrestler in front says to him, "Challenging me for a fight was a huge mistake," and tears off his coat, showing his muscular body. Seeing his body, the old man is stunned, thinking it looks like a Terminator. The wrestler had a magnificent tattoo on his back. After this, the wrestler attacks us. But this attack was nothing for us. We easily dodge his punches, but the wrestler was so strong that one hit broke the wall in front of him. Seeing this fight right before his eyes, the old man is shocked. So, we begin now. As his second punch comes, we dodge and directly break the bone in his hand. Along with this, after many kicks and punches, we make the wrestler taste his own medicine. Seeing this, the old man's mouth is left open. He hesitantly asks us, What is your name?" "My name is Ohma Tokita." "And what is your name?" The old man says, "My name is Yamasita." Guys, this is Yamasita, a common worker at a company. After hearing his name, Tokita T leaves the place. Yamasita, who is years old, is shocked by witnessing such a murder during the fight. Ever since his wife passed away, he never drank, gambled, or did anything wrong. But today, after many days, he relives all those experiences. Then the scene changes, showing us the company where Yamasita works. His boss tells him, "You are not doing your job properly. You haven't done your work properly for a month." Yamasita endures all his boss's scoldings, thinking to himself, "If I were as powerful as Ohma Tokita, I would have dealt with him long ago." At that moment, the company president arrives and says the chairman has called Yamasita. He takes him along, and guys, this is our company's chairman, Hit Nogi. The chairman asks him, "Is there any problem, Yamasita?" He replies, "No, sir." Then the chairman asks, "If there is a conflict between two groups, what could be the solution?" Yamasita wonders why the chairman is asking such a question to an ordinary employee like him. The chairman says, "If you don't know, then listen. The way to stop the conflict is to arrange a new fight." Yamasita thinks the chairman has gone mad. The chairman explains that in ancient times, many merchants used to fight each other. To become the emperor's favorite, they had to fight and win, often losing their lives in the process. But then, a prince came up with an idea. Instead of fighting themselves, the merchants could bring their own fighters. The one whose fighter won would gain the emperor's favor. This idea was very popular, and even now, if there is a fight between two companies, we can call our own fighters. These fights will be part of a tournament called Kengan Ashura. But our fighter has been missing since morning. Yamasita asks, "Are you going to make me a fighter?" The chairman replies, "That would be great, but we have another fighter named Ohma Tokita." Seeing him again, the old man is startled once more. The chairman tells him, "You have been promoted. You will become his manager, and you will also get a good salary." Yamasita thinks, "How is this possible? How has my luck changed overnight?" He accepts this and leaves. The chairman shares some things with his lady as well. Then, we are shown Yamasita's story. He lost his wife years ago, and his two sons also left him. He has been working at this company for years, cooking his meals and living a private life. The next day, on the chairman's orders, Yamasita sets out to see our house, using a map. When he reaches our building, he thinks Ohma Tokita lives in a broken but big house. Meanwhile, thank you. As soon as we enter the house, he calls out, "My name's Tokita, Tokita." But we were busy with my own work. When we come in front of him, he gets startled again. Oh, don't be scared. This blood isn't mine, and I haven't murdered anyone. It's just an animal's blood. I was about to cook its meat and eat it. You buy this meat from the market and I just hunt and eat it. It's so much fun. Yamasita sees that it's a wild boar. Anyway, Tokita starts cooking his meat. While eating, suddenly two people break the door and enter. Yamasita recognizes one of them. This is the great Russian kickboxer. What's he doing here? The boxer says, Don't ask too many questions. I have come to put him to bed. Then Tokita says, You mean fight? Without saying anything, the boxer starts throwing punches. The boxer thought we were small-time fighters, but we easily dodged his punches. Along with this, he delivers a spectacular kick, which we also dodge, hitting him directly at his main point. Then the second fighter steps forward and says to us, Stop, relax. I haven't come to fight. In the upcoming Ashura match, you and I will fight. I just came to judge you. It will be so much fun to defeat you tomorrow. After this, the scene changes, and we are shown the building where the Ashura tournament will take place. The chairmen of both companies are talking. Our fighter from Nogi's group is named Ohma Tokita, and the opponent company's fighter is Lee Hee. Our chairman says, We will easily win this fight again. But the other company's chairman says, I like your confidence, but let's see on the field whose strength is greater. Then Yamashita asks the chairman's secretary, Akiyama, what will be the prize for winning this? The secretary replies, 1,000,000 yen. Hearing this, Yamashita is astonished. Outside, it had started to rain lightly and both fighters were getting ready to fight. The referee checks them and announces the fight, but both are standing still, staring at each other. In reality, both fighters are first trying to understand each other's moves before attacking. The other company's chairman thinks, Now Nogi, you will lose. This fight is only visible to the company's owners and a few selected people. It doesn't happen in front of the general public. Then we launch a fast attack, landing a punch directly on the face, making him realize that I am not an ordinary person. As he falls, we attack him with our knee, and with a series of punches we knock him out. After this, we learn about his secret ability. At just the age of, he could tear coins with his hands like paper. His fingers worked like a unique blade. With just one hand, he could easily break anything and climb any rock. Our chairman already knew all this, but he didn't tell us because he wanted to check how far our power goes. Anyway, Lee High then attacks Tokita, cutting his chest with his hand. But counterattacking swiftly, Tokita knocks him out cold with just one blow. But he doesn't give up. Standing up again, he says, I am a superhuman, and with this power, you can never defeat me. Tokita replies, Superhumans don't talk much. I have already made a secret plan in my mind to defeat you. Then the other company's chairman says, Lee High, finish him. Lee High attacks again with his claws, but this time we dodge his claws in such a way, delivering a punch and a powerful kick, knocking him to the ground again. Finally, we crush his face with our feet. Today's winner is Ohma Tokita. Seeing this, our chairman is very happy. Wow, very good. And Yamashita is always startled. All the members are surprised, wondering how this new fighter defeated someone as tough as Lee High. Because of this victory, the chairman arranges a party at night. The scene changes to show us the party. Along with Nogi's secretary Akiyama, they eat and drink. Secretary Akiyama tells us, Listen, player, since you are participating in this tournament, attempt your fights carefully. Tokita says, So what? Every day I will get the chance to defeat a new fighter, and with this, I will become the most powerful person in the world. There was a lot of money kept on the table, which was our prize. Then the scene changes, and we see a new fighter from another company. His chairman says, I heard my old friend Ashura. We are participating in the tournament, and I will really enjoy fighting and defeating him. After this, we directly move to the next day's fight tournament. As you all know, normal people are not allowed here because a high amount of money is exchanged here. Both companies' fighters arrive before us. Today's new fighter is John Sikivansi, who is indeed a pro wrestler. He says to us, Listen, kid, you have never met a fighter like me in your entire fighting career. I am your first real fighter, so play carefully, or you'll be beaten by me. Our Yamashita gets a little worried because the chairman and his secretary haven't arrived yet. As soon as the referee signals the start, Tokita begins with many punches. As the fight progresses a bit, Jan grabs Tokita and breaks both him and a car in one move. The chairman of both companies are secretly watching this. Tokita stands back up, and Jun says, People like you have no endurance. Look at us. We are pro wrestlers. and we have more power than you." Hearing this, Tokita says, "I really liked that. I will enjoy fighting further with you." When they come close, Jun grabs his shoulder, but we use our shoulder technique and punch him hard in the face. But we don't stop here. We continue raining punches on his face. But Jun, being a pro wrestler, slams us several times, putting us in a very bad condition. This wrestler is relentless, and Yamashita is getting very anxious. A drunken man nearby shouts, "Finish him off, he is already losing." This angers Yamashita, who grabs the man's collar and says, "What did you say? Say it again and see, my fighter will win." The drunk man responds, "But how? The wrestler will soon perform a great attack that will break your fighter's backbone. Without a backbone, how will your fighter stand?" We then see Tokita's body start shaking violently. He first breaks free from the wrestler and turns on his aggressive mode, appearing like a devil. Tokita runs and starts an unlimited barrage of punches. Seeing Tokita's new form, all the members are astonished, including another pro fighter watching the match. He tells his partner, his real power has awakened. But Jun is not one to give up. He slams his head against Tokita's head and delivers a powerful punch to his chest, breaking his chest bone. Seeing Tokita's defeat, some members are very happy. Jun yells at him, "There's still no time to rest, come and beat me." Tokita then performs his finishing attack on Jun's chest with his style, knocking Jun to the ground. The pro fighter who was watching the match, named Taka S. Wakasa, immediately understands the attack. In reality, Tokita broke the vein in Jun's heart with the help of his claws, causing Jun to faint there. Because of this, his finger also breaks, and today's winner is Nogi Group's Ohma Tokita. Beating this wrestler was very tough, but in the end, he has lost. The man near Yamashita apologizes. The entire Nogi Group celebrates today's victory. But then, a special person arrives in a car, the chairman of the entire Kengan Association, Katahara. He gets out of the car and directly speaks to Nogi. "Your fighter is very good. He defeated the filthy Jun Sikivansi, who was also a tough fighter. I am the chairman of this entire association, and none of my fighters has ever lost to anyone until now. Whenever I hold a tournament in the Kengan Association, my fighter Fang always wins. Fang has never fought with any nonsense fighters. I accept your aggressive fighter's challenge, so listen everyone, I declare a new Kengan match called Life and Death. Death means that whoever wants to achieve the chairman's position of the Kengan Association should send all their fighters and defeat my fighter to achieve this position. It doesn't matter if he is a gangster or a psycho killer. Just defeat my fighter Fang." Hearing about the tournament, Tokita is very happy and thinks to himself about the man who hurt his master. He was killed, but he will definitely come to participate in this tournament, and I will take my revenge then. Be prepared to face my attack. Many competitors are participating in this company. After this, the scene changes, and we see the Nogi company. This life and death battle is going to be very tough, and a lot of money will be at stake for the companies. Therefore, Nogi replaces his fighter, which makes Tokita very angry. "How dare you replace me? I've already won 2 matches as per your orders." Seeing Nogi's condition, his secretary is also very surprised. During the argument between them, the new fighter arrives, named Sen Hatsu. Upon seeing him, Nogi exclaims, "What are you doing, idiot? Let me go." In a blink, Sen grabs Tokita's fractured hand and presses it slightly, making him release Nogi easily. Sen says, "You've become weak now, you need rest." Tokita retorts, "Are you a doctor to be giving me advice? Get lost from here." He then starts punching him, but Sen is very fast and Tokita can't land a single punch on him. Sen remarks, "How will you fight with this fractured hand?" Yamashita asks Akiyama, "Who is this fighter?" Akiyama responds, "His name is Sen Hatsu and he is very fast in fighting, but he has a behavioral problem." At that moment, Sen says, "The old version used to work. Now a new version has been unlocked." Seeing Tokita's high blood pressure and intense anger, Sen comments, "Getting angry won't help. Learn to accept things." Observing Tokita's fighting style, Sen recalls, "You're fighting in the Nico style. In that generation, the Nico master was killed by someone. Are you his unworthy student?" Enraged by this, Tokita attacks Sen. He grabs his neck with a single kick and slams him against the wall. "Don't ever mention Nico's name again, or it could cost you your life." Nogi then intervenes, saying, "Enough, Tokita. I have a surprise for you. Yamashita, come here. I am giving you an unofficial company. With its help, you can join the pre-matches of Kingston Association. If you defeat a player in it, you will also become a member of the Kingston Association. You will need 1,000,000 yen for this. Here, take this from me." Seeing all this, Yamashita feels a bit nervous, but Tokita is inwardly happy. The next day, the pre-matches of the Kengan Association start, where Tokita has to kill a fighter to become a member of the Kengan Association. One fighter is from Food Corporation, Yoda, and the other is our ohma Tokita from Yamashita Corporation. The referee says, "Tokita." With a powerful punch to Yoda's face, he breaks his jaw, and Tokita becomes the champion in one go. Akiyama and Yamashita are both shocked by this. Meanwhile, we see a person recording this event on camera from a distance. Through this, we learn that one of Yamashita's 2 sons has been living at home, and his father hasn't seen his face in years. The son works with some fighter associations, selling data on new fighters via video recordings, for which they pay him a large sum. Now, he will sell data on new fighters to the Kingston Association from a family association named CAD. He spends all day working on his computer and sends someone to record the matches of the Kengan Association so that all the data can be recorded. Their family is not a company, but it has many good fighters, and the company that Yamashita's son works for is called Undermount Eng. With its help, this whole family will participate in the Kingston Association. Then, the scene changes. That day, a drunk man who had become Yamashita's friend invites him to a bar and shares some thoughts like a friend. The man knew that Yamashita was participating in this association and had won the first pre-match. With its help, if he defeats all the fighters, he can become a legal chairman of the Kingston Association. This match offers life or death, and the tournament is called Kengan Ashura. Winning this tournament brings many good contracts to companies, allowing them to grow even more. The drunken man says, "I am also participating in this Kingston Association. I am also sending my fighter into this match." The name of the man's fighter is Rio. Yamashita responds, "Maybe we will fight each other too, so come prepared." The man replies, "The fees for this tournament are very high, 5 billion yen.